Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day.
What's going on, folks? It's your main man, Mr. Council, back with another one, Saturday Motivation. You know how we do. Till Saturday, because Saturday's the day that's uniquely their own. Most people working 9 to 5, so by the time they get to Saturday, they feel it's necessary to take their foot off the gas. But most artists, creators, and business minds know that Saturday's the day to put your foot on the gas and handle your business. What's going on, people? It's another Saturday. This smoke is getting on my nerves. Make sure you drinking a lot of water these days, because this air quality is going to have a long-term effect on our health, and it is getting serious by the day. But we are back again with another opportunity to reach our greatness, so we are grateful. And I'm just ever so grateful to be back with you guys again. Every one of these I really do look forward to sending a message, because I feel like I'm a vessel. None of this is about me. This is just the universe, and I'm finding my way to tap into it and use my gift. When your moment comes, will you be ready? When your moment comes, will you be ready? Oftentimes in life, we get jealous of other people's accomplishments. And what we don't understand is that behind the scenes, it's a lot of people that are putting in work. But what we don't get is that God isn't going to just gift you what you desire out of life. And oftentimes that is confusing because he gives us so much. And so just like children, when you give children all the things that they want, they become spoiled. And so what we don't understand in life is that God is constantly giving to us. He's constantly pouring into us. He's constantly giving us second and third and fourth and fifth chances. He's constantly trying to show us the direction we should follow, but just as stubborn as children, we have to learn lessons the hard way. And so we oftentimes get upset when we see somebody that's a peer beginning to reach their success. And oftentimes that brings out the jealousy in us because we feel that we deserve the same things. Because some of us are putting in work, but not putting in the work necessary to complete God's task. And so just because you're putting in work doesn't mean that you're ready for what God has for you. And so if you're not aligning your life, your daily tasks, all the things that you want to do, if you're not focused on those things on a daily basis and creating real progress with your gift, he's not going to put you out there. And so when you see somebody else out there, you automatically assume that they're working on the same level that you are, so you are jealous that they're getting an opportunity that you are not. That they're getting an opportunity that you think that you deserve. And in reality, you don't deserve that opportunity just yet. Now, it's not that you're not going to get there, but it's you're not there yet, and you're not prepared yet, you're not ready yet. And as long as you're alive, God is still using you. And so instead of getting jealous of other people or what they're doing, it's time for you to get to work. But see, oftentimes we don't want to admit that we're not ready for what we're asking for. So as a defense mechanism, we get upset and we act like we're so jealous of other people, but it's truly an indictment on our lack of effort. And most people don't even understand that. Most people spend so much time going out, doing all kinds of things that they should not be doing, but still expecting to get the results of people who are doing tireless work in the dark. And life doesn't work that way. And oftentimes, I truly think people understand that. I just think when people have conversation with other people, they get upset because they don't want to unveil the fact that they are not living up to the expectation that God has for them. See, oftentimes we give people too much credit to make it seem like they don't know. They know. But they're just not willing to put in the work to take that extra step. So you can't get caught up complaining when God hasn't put you in the space that you think that you deserve. Because in reality, it's still something left inside of you that you're not learning. And so just like whack-a-mole, God is knocking you back down every time you try to poop your head up out of that hole because you are not ready, because you are a representative of his work. This is not about you. This is duty and responsibility to the gifts that we are given, and we are here to bless each other. That's the way it works. And if you don't want to do your part, you're not going to get the things that you desire. And sometimes you're not going to get what you desire because it's just not good for you. You just don't need it. And God knows if he gives you something like that just because you want it, then it's going to throw off everything that he's working on inside of you. Do you think that he's working all of this hard inside of you just to give up on you? You think he's setting you up for failure by taking you through these tasks? I had to think about that the other day in my own personal life, because I make mistakes all the time. All the time. And I don't want to come up here and make it seem like I'm at a place that I'm above anybody else, because I'm not. I'm just passing on information. You want to take it, you take it. If you don't, keep scrolling. But you have to understand that God is not going to put you in this space that where the dream is that you have inside until you are truly ready and you have worked for it and earned it and deserve it and can sustain it. Because it's not about you in the end, because you are a representative of him and the work he is trying to do through you. And oftentimes we forget that because we make it about us, because he's given us the gift. So we think it's just ours. It's not yours. It's really not even, he's not even really giving it to you. He's lending it to you. Because this is a temporary form that we're in. Our spirit lives on long past our body. So it's not even really a gift that he's giving to you. He's lending this to you. He's working through you. So it's not even yours at the end of the day. You get to borrow the gift of writing. You get to borrow the gift of entertaining. You get to borrow the gift of mathematics and science. And you are borrowing these things because most of these things were here before you got here. He just used you to tap into the frequency to bring it back to life. Come on. But you don't understand that because you so focused on making it about you and what you haven't gotten and the opportunities that you think you deserve and reality that you really don't. I'm on one this morning. We're speaking truth to power on this channel. You have to understand that there's no free lunch. Not in the game of life. You have to work for everything that you want, everything that you desire. And if you do happen to get it early, it will not last, and that will make you more unhappy because your time may not come back around because you didn't appreciate it the first time that it was given to you. So understand, your gift is not even yours. God is working through you. And he is using you to bless a particular people that are in your space. We are all a social network. We are here for each other. We are responsible for each other. We are here to feed into each other. And until we recognize that, we will all be lost. We will all be controlled. Our lives are in more out of our control than we even realize, just by other men. And so I've torn myself away from many social constructs because I just don't want to live that way. Normally, if the crowd is walking to the right, I'm walking to the left because I march to the beat of my own drum, because I understand that I'm not being led by man, I'm being led by something much more powerful. And the source of that is not my own. And I'm understanding that more and more every day. And so I'm becoming more appreciative of the opportunities and the gifts that God has bestowed upon me, because it is truly a blessing. And until you understand that, you will never have true appreciation, true gratitude for what God is trying to do in your life. So stop complaining about where you are, because it's your own fault. Stop being jealous of other people because they're becoming successful. I remember days when I was in school, because when I was in school early on, like kindergarten and fifth grade, I was naturally smart. I didn't have to study a lot. And I could get A's and B's without having to do a whole lot of work. But then 6th, 7th, and 8th grade came around. That's when I really had to put in work. And I used to see a lot of my friends who would be playing and talking in school and not getting our work done. And I was one that didn't like to do homework all the time. That changed. But what I'm trying to say is, I didn't like to do my work. And so when other kids that I thought were playing around just like me were getting better grades than I was wondering why. They play and laugh and talk just like me. But what I didn't understand is when they were going home, they were putting in work that I wasn't. And until I realized that I had to do the same thing, nothing in my life changed. It's the same thing in life. You might have a bunch of people laughing and talking and playing with you at work, but when they go home at night, they're getting their work done. They're doing things that other people are not willing to do to get to places other people won't be allowed to go, because they haven't put in the work. And so if you really want this life, if you really want all of the things that you desire, then you need to get up and work. And on top of that, you need to congratulate the people around you that are successful, instead of becoming jealous of them because you don't know the work that went into what they're doing to become what they're becoming. That's just what it is. So if you focus on you and your accomplishments and the things that you need to work on, you will not have the time to be jealous of somebody else. And once you understand what it takes to get to where that person is, you will want to pat them on the back instead of be jealous of them, because you'll understand that it took so much work. People that are further along than you, that see what you're trying to do, they will never hate on you, because they know what it took to get to where they are. It's always that low-hanging fruit, the people at the bottom that want to keep you there because they know they're not willing to put in the work to do what they need to do, because they've set their life back so much. They spent so much time not doing anything. Now all they want to do is drag other people down with them. You need to understand, you need to get yourself away from people who don't want greatness. You need to drag yourself away from those kinds of people, because you will end up just like them. Misery loves company, and that's a saying for a reason. That's not something I'm just making up. We've all heard it. But it's true. There's so many miserable people out there because of their lack of effort in their own lives. Everybody wants to complain about their circumstances. Well, you know what? You can't blame your mom and dad for everything. Most of us have had plenty of opportunities to grow and change in our lives, and we always made excuses for our bad behavior, for our lack of focus and lack of integrity. So if I can motivate you today, when your moment comes, will you be ready, or are you just talking? Are you serious about the things that God is trying to do in your life, or are you just talking? Because if you are, nobody's going to be around to listen to it after a while, because people are going to be moving in, stepping into their greatness. And I want to be stepping along with those folks. I'm telling you, man, 2023, we're elevating everything that's going on this channel. Please like the video, subscribe, share these videos, because I really want to come and get this information to as many people as possible. And anybody that's really listening to what I'm talking about, you know I know what I'm talking about. So let's get focused. There's no better moment than today. God is waiting to share your gift with the world. Just understand it's not about you. Understand that it's not even a gift that he's given to you. He's lent it to you so you can share it with the world. But I guarantee you, if you don't begin to use it, he's going to take it away. That's my time. Peace to all my people in the struggle.
Been making records and repping the city that I'm from. Been rocking stages and blessing the very few that come. So underrated, I started to think it's all in vain, but kept on pushing and making music to feed your brain. Got sick of putting out records to simply be ignored. They couldn't see I'm the greatest and about to take the throne.